So yeah, what is up guys, Ghost here, and today I got you guys all another episode of Weirdest Guns in Call of Duty. If you guys missed the first episode, I'll link it down below in the description, but essentially this is the series where we go over a handful of weapons every episode that are weird in the Call of Duty series. There's been so many unusual, odd, out of the ordinary weapons in COD, so we're gonna be going over at least I think 5 of them here in today's video. If there's any type of suggestions that you guys have for weird guns, then leave them down below in the comment section, and I'll be sure to feature your guys' comments with said weapon in future episodes. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get right into the video with the first gun coming from Infinite Warfare. So you may be thinking to yourself, Infinite Warfare, that game is trash. Whatever you think about this game, just disregard that for a second. This game has some crazy guns, and this one's called the RVN. This is actually a 2-round burst melee weapon. It's an assault rifle that's 2-round burst, but then you can split it into 2 and turn it into a melee weapon. Like, what kind of sorcery is this? You know what I mean? This is one of the most unusual things and combinations for a gun that I've ever seen, and I guess any video game, if you really think about it. Like, what other video game do you think has a gun that has a burst mode to it and also a melee mode to it, where you split the gun in freaking half? That's only Call of Duty for you guys. And honestly, it's not the greatest when it comes to the burst mode, the assault rifle version of it. I never really liked it all too much, but meleeing is actually incredibly fun. And this variant here in particular, if you melee somebody and there's somebody else behind the guy that you meleeed, you can actually get a double kill from the blast of the melee, which I actually do get in this gameplay, which is actually kind of cool. So it's pretty unique and definitely different. Next up, going to Black Ops 3, we do have the DIY 11 Renovator, or you could just simply call it the nail gun. This is the nail gun from Black Ops 3, and we've actually had another nail gun in Cold War, but maybe I'll actually include that in another weird gun episode. But this was the very first nail gun in COD, and it's kind of weird saying that, how this was the first nail gun in Call of Duty because there was another one. So like, it's just, you wouldn't expect them to bring a nail gun into COD and then also bring it back. Like, what? You know what I mean? But anyways, this is like, I guess, a futuristic type of nail gun, and it's actually overpowered if you can use it right. So this thing actually does have infinite range. I'm not even joking. It's literally a 3-shot kill across the entire map. But the downside to it is that it's a projectile weapon, and so the bullets, or rather the nails, will not hit the enemy right away. You kind of have to lead your shot sometimes, depending on how far away or how fast the enemy is moving. So that's the only downside. But if you can use it right, you could literally map people. You could destroy people's souls with this thing here across the entire map. But it is kind of difficult. It's just like win-lose situation depending on how good you are with this gun. But it's definitely unusual for sure, and during the time we never thought we would have saw something like this ever come into Call of Duty. So that's gonna be pretty much it for the good old no gun in Black Ops 3. So now going to Advanced Warfare, we do have the AE4, which is a DLC weapon, and as you see, there's a lot of variants of it, and they all have their own look to it and their own unique name to it as well, which is kind of cool how there's so many variants of this that are so weird and yet so cool. But as cool as it looks, it's actually kind of trash. Like, this gun is not the greatest at all whatsoever, especially this variant called the Gigawatt, which has trash iron sights, and then this is called the Shocker, this variant with the heart on the iron sight, which is kind of cool. So it looks pretty cool, but it's just a weird gun in general. It's powered by a literal battery that you do reload that does overheat, so you have to kind of switch out the battery, I think, with this gun, or let it recharge as soon as the gun overheats, which is a unique design for sure and very unusual for any type of gun in COD, but it fits the theme for Advanced Warfare. You guys are going to be seeing so many guns from AW later on with this series, because Advanced Warfare has some of the craziest weapons and variants that you'll ever see. So definitely stay tuned for more episodes, and for sure make sure you guys are subscribed and like up the video for more of this series and more of the classic Call of Duty content. But let's go ahead and go to the next game right now, and the next weapon. We have Modern Warfare 2 up next here with the F2000. So the F2000 is definitely one of those weapons that is so hated upon by everybody for the most part. But there's that outlier where, oh no, this gun isn't that bad, man. It's okay. It's all right. Man, I try my hardest using this weapon, trying to do good, but I never can. I never can get a grip or grasp of how this gun is. And so on top of it being terrible, it is a very odd gun, an odd looking fella for sure. The iron sights are terrible, the gun is thick. It's like a weird bulging alien type of weapon. I don't know. It's definitely one of those guns that, in terms of looks, it doesn't fit the other guns. Because every other gun looks normal in MW2, but when you go to the F2000, it's like, what the hell is this abomination? But yeah, this was only in MW2 as well. I would not be surprised if it actually does come back into MW2 this year, MW2 2022. I kind of want it to come back, but they actually better make it good and usable and viable instead of making trash. But I would laugh so hard if they bring it back and then it turns out to be trash. But this gun is not popular at all. No one uses it, and I don't like this gun. You probably don't like this gun. But anyways, that's going to be it for MW2's F2000. Lastly, why don't you take a look at this gun here, the chainsaw. Yeah, it does look like a damn chainsaw for sure, but it's a hipfire only LMG that has an integrated laser sight to it. It's a cool idea for a gun. It makes you feel pretty badass, but however, it doesn't have the greatest damage or greatest, performance, but you can do kind of go with it sometimes. And you feel like you're unstoppable, or you're literally carrying an actual minigun. But yeah, if that was the case, this would be the best gun in the game if it performed like a minigun. However, this chainsaw did come back into Modern Warfare 2019 as the Finn LMG, which was pretty cool. That was something that I honestly didn't expect Call of Duty to do, is bringing back this chainsaw. And honestly, this chainsaw wasn't the most popular gun in COD Ghost, but if you had to name some weapons in COD Ghost, the chainsaw would probably come to mind because it's one of those unique feeling and unique looking guns of this game, 100%. And honestly, out of the entire video, the weirdest gun that we've gone over was the first weapon that we showed off, which was the RVN, the 2-round burst melee weapon that you could literally pull apart and put back together as an assault rifle. Yeah, that was crazy, honestly. So there's gonna be more crazier guns in this series, guys, so be sure to be subscribed and liking out the video for more of this series, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.
I just checked my balance, got a big ass amount. 6 figures on my wrist, 12 carried in my mouth. These bitches, they in love with the money that I count.